lyrics. He make killing somebody sound appealing and fascinating. And at the time that I was listening to his lyrics, homie, I didn't know that nigga was detailing some of the crimes he had participated in.
He was maning. He was, you know what I'm saying? Shorty was crazy. He was on that. He was, you know what I'm saying? So that situation though, I guess that's how Dirt got off that shit. Shit, I don't know.
Yo, you sit down. You can sit ass over here. You can sit ass over here. Yo, you better watch out. Hey, brother. This is my brother, bro. Okay? Hey, come on, chill. Come with me, okay? Okay.
Don't play with me. You been doing dicks your whole life. Like, you done way more dicks than me. You just very sneaky and quiet and low key with your shit. Bitch, you do dicks. When my brother was in jail, bitch, you was doing dicks and I was taking up for your lying ass, bitch. All you did was dicks. You done done all them niggas in New York dick. Them little kids in New York that you be running up under trying to play gang, you been fucking them.
Before the fame and the headlines, Davon Bennett was a name known to few. Just another kid growing up in the complex ecosystem of Chicago's South Side. But through the raw, unfiltered lens of social media and the explosive rise of Chicago's drill music scene, he transformed. King Von became a name known to millions. His story is a complex tapestry woven from two starkly different threads. On one side, there was the celebrated artist, a master storyteller whose music chronicled the harsh realities he knew. It brought him incredible fame. On the other, a long and undeniable shadow of violence. Millions followed his every move online, connecting dots in real time.
Waver from this shit, like Von seen me, like I was just talking about being battle tested for. I was with Von. You feel me? I watched Von at his highest and his lowest. You feel me? Von was, in 2012, everybody couldn't hang with Von. Like, if you was hanging with Von, you had to accept everything that came with Von. You had to accept that you was gonna be in shootings, accept that it was gonna be that, and you had to be with it. You feel me? With Von. You feel me? And this was a lot of the time. Everybody didn't want to hang with him. They couldn't, because you had to be on what he was on. A lot of niggas didn't want to know what Von was on, because Von was like that. You feel me? So niggas that was faking, for sure ain't want to end up somewhere with Von by themselves. You feel me? Niggas that was soft, really didn't want nothing to do with this shit. And when back, they weren't trying to kick with Von and stay around him too long. You feel me?
Many saw an authentic artist rising from the unforgiving streets of Chicago. Others saw something far darker. They pointed to a disturbing pattern of crime and death that seemed to follow him. So the question over his legacy is heavy and deeply polarizing. Was King Von simply a product of a dangerous environment, or something more? Some have even labeled him a serial killer. This film examines the life, the music, and the public record, without glorifying any of it. Davon Daquan Bennett was born August 9, 1994 in Chicago, a city grappling with deep-seated social and economic divisions. He grew up on the South Side, in neighborhoods like Englewood and Grand Crossing, where gang affiliations were woven into the fabric of daily survival for many young men. His father, Walter "Silk" Bennett, was a known figure affiliated with the Black Disciples, one of Chicago's most powerful street gangs. When Davon was just 11 years old, Silk was shot and killed. The sudden, violent loss of his father figure left a profound void and is often cited as a pivotal trauma in his young life. He entered street life young. By his own account, he was initiated into its codes and conflicts as early as 4th grade. His family eventually moved to Parkway Gardens, an apartment complex better known by its street name, OBlock.
Von say, some money came up missing from the crib. TB was there, Buka, Slutty, and maybe some other person. 5,000 came up missing, and my son was there. Slutty had to take it. This is what I tell him.
Okay.
I say Slutty had to take it. These people got money. No, my son ain't took it. His name on all the millions. I'm going 0 to 1,000 like I'm going 0 to 1,000 about this that I know. Because this is common sense. We all millionaires in the room. We got one person in the room that ain't got no money. Everybody in here got at least $300,000-$400,000 in their account. Everybody in this room. The person that ain't got no money is the person that took it. This is a simple assessment. Simple assessment. Vaughn
So
said,
you believe Slutty stole from Vaughn?
Listen.
That's crazy.
Listen. Vaughn told me, I don't know, Unc. Just like that, calmly. Slutty died with him that night. Slutty ain't took $1 from him. And Vaughn said they know they can ask me for whatever they want. My son took it to try to eliminate real people from around you. Who's going to think it's 5 millionaires in this room? It's 5 millionaires in this room and one broke person. 5 millionaires and one broke person and $5,000 come up missing. This common sense took it. It's 5 millionaires in here. How could this, they never. The person that ain't got no money took the money. These is 5 millionaires in this room. But out of these 5 millionaires, one of these people is paying chess. He trying to eliminate the real people from being next to this man. Because guess what? Who popped Lil Tim? Slutty. Who died with him that night? Slutty. Real ones. Nigga, you got to be crazy. We ain't finna put our pipes up till folks get inside this establishment. And when it's time for them to come out, we waiting at the door with the pipes. Fuck, we finna walk him to the door for, and we ain't got no blicks on us. You got to be stupid. So folks walk him to the door, and that's how Lil Tim got shot. Because he ain't putting up his pipe. You got to be stupid. You can't control me. I got sense. I got sense. You ain't.
It was the historic stronghold of the Black Disciples. Here, surrounded by the gang's influence, he formed bonds with future collaborators like Chief Keef and Lil Durk, allies who would define his life, his music, and his public persona. His teenage years were marked by a string of arrests, escalating from minor infractions to serious charges, including an armed robbery committed while he was still a minor. For Bennett, jail time didn't serve as a deterrent. Instead, it became a crucible, hardening his reputation and becoming an integral part of his identity on the street.
Let's go.
Is 0820 hours. I'm interviewing Mr. Devon Bennett, ID number 2012 112-112-1068. He was involved in an altercation with Mr. Lee Kenneth, ID number 2012-1011-149, up on 2C. Mr. Bennett, can you tell me what the fight was about? Over a card game, okay. Are you injured anywhere, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Be advised, Mr. Bennett will be seen after this interview up in Division 5 dispensary. It's stated on camera that he is not injured at this time. At this time, Mr. Bennett, would you like protective custody?
Yes, sir.
At this time, do you want to press charges against Mr. Kenneth Lee?
By 2012, the name King Von, a moniker he reportedly earned in jail, began appearing in serious police investigations. On October 13, 2012, a 17-year-old named Modell McCrae was shot and killed. Years later, a leaked police document would surface, naming Vaughn as the alleged shooter based on an eyewitness account. However, no official charges were ever filed in the case. He was also publicly linked as a person of interest in the homicides of other rival gang members, including P5 and Boss Trell, though again, these suspicions never led to formal charges.
Tried to then kill folks. Then for them trying to kill me in the gangway, but I only got hit in my knee, luckily, so that's what it was.
Damn. Okay. Then you get hit in your knee, man. What's the first thought that goes through your mind?
Get out this gangway. Because it's just like me, him, and the gangway, and I'm facing him, he's shooting at me type shit. And once I get hit, I feel that bitch hit. I look at BT, he take off out the gangway. I'm like, I got to get out the bit because he's still fine. He gonna down there kill me in this. You know, police got awesome aim type shit. So I'm getting that. It's finna kill me in that bitch. Let me get up out this moment.
Now, how did they eventually catch you?
I stopped running when they hit Boss Trell with the car.
Damn. Okay. And then, so you were able to like give up, and did they beat you up at the time, or?
They ain't, I ain't gonna say they beat me up, But they went like, they came through, you know, knee and shit, you know, stepping on my knee in the back of the head and shit. I surrendered. Come on, y'all bogus just here. Look how y'all hit folks with the cop type shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing folks skin peeling off and shit, so I'm like, damn. That's why I started running though, cause once I got hit, I was still running like, it just felt like I got hit by a rock or some shit, that bitch. I kept running. But then that bitch hit folks, that bitch, hell nah, they wildin' right now. Let me stop.
How bad was your knee messed up? Like, did you have to have surgery?
Yeah. It shot at my kneecap. Right now, to this day, my kneecap in like 4 different places. I got a rod on my shit and a rod on my leg.
Damn.
Nah, he ain't gonna never catch him like really on the internet. Saying
no Boss Trail on the internet.
Nah. Boss Trail was like a mini. If not, Dan there was going. You know, he was one of them, like a little bit.
And that's the address on them chains.
Yeah, for sure.
So Boss Trail was that man.
Yeah, he's one of all our brothers that we really rap was one of them niggas. Like, see, we lost a lot of like innocent guys in the shit. Like, they was from the hood, but they was like real life innocent.
What was 63rd before the rap shit? Was it like, was it like, what, no one really is painting this good picture for us. You don't gotta get policey now. But what was that? Like, could you walk past 64th? Can you walk past 64th, you know, and was it okay for you? This wasn't always like the rap shit, was it?
Hell nah, niggas was going. I could take it back when niggas was, you know, McDonald's on King Drive was right. Niggas was walking up there, $1 million like a motherfucker.
Then, on May 29, 2014, a shooting in Englewood left one man, Malcolm Stuckey, dead and 2 others wounded. This time, the investigation led to an indictment. Vaughn and an associate, Michael Wade, were arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Vaughn would spend the next 3.5 years in Cook County Jail awaiting trial, a period of incarceration that would heavily influence his later music. But when the trial finally began, the prosecution's case faltered. Key witnesses became uncooperative and failed to testify against him. In 2017, with the evidence collapsing, King Von was acquitted of all charges. He walked out of jail a free man, and his street legend grew exponentially. Throughout this period, Von used social media, particularly Twitter, like a public diary of the streets, documenting his mindset in near real time. He often posted cryptic, taunting, or declarative lines immediately before and after acts of violence occurred in the city. Just minutes after Modell McRae was killed in 2012, he tweeted, "Loud noise, who died?" followed by a smiling devil emoji. This digital trail allowed fans and rivals to connect the dots, creating a feedback loop of speculation. Law enforcement also took notice. Later, in his music, he would recount robberies and shootings with chilling, first-person specificity, blurring the line between storytelling and confession. In his song Took Her to the O, he referenced a killing at a bus stop, a detail that mirrored the 2014 murder of rival rapper Lil Mark. He hinted at body counts, claiming a score of 7-1 in one interview, and relentlessly taunted his rivals, both living and dead. On Instagram Live, he would hold court, bragging about his exploits and actively inviting speculation from his thousands of viewers. This raw, unfiltered authenticity became his brand. He wasn't just rapping about the streets, he was presenting himself as the embodiment of their most violent truths. After his 2017 acquittal, Bennett wasn't planning to become a rapper. He was simply focused on returning to the life he knew. But his friend, established rapper Lil Durk, saw the raw narrative power in his stories and pushed him into the recording booth. The result was Crazy Story, which exploded online in 2018. Von's urgent, detailed narrative voice cut through the noise of the drill scene. He captivated listeners with cinematic detail, turning street altercations into gripping, minute-by-minute tales of survival and aggression. Recognizing his potential, Durk signed him to his Only the Family label, providing a platform that amplified his already notorious brand. On air with shows like The Breakfast Club, he would casually reference beating a murder case, treating it as a badge of honor. The mystique grew. His mixtapes began to chart, and his growing catalog continued to blur the lines between artistic expression and real-life events.
Okay. Let's get this. We on go mode, basically.
Okay.
So we ain't really worried about too much stuff.
You're not worried about too much. It's all
I got
business.
a crazy story, man.
All right, yeah, see.
When we was at the airport, something tall last night, like 7 feet. He see Durkee, yo. now that was crazy.
Was he an NBA player, son?
Yeah, he was tall as hell. And he sung the whole song like hard. Like,
that part like for the females.
And he grabbed his chest. Like, I'm like, nah, what the fuck?
Turned around like, what the fuck, hey, boy?
That's like, nah, yeah, this shit real.
I thought I was going to get locked up.
Oh, shit, man. You had a 7 feet motherfucker singing the female parts.
The high note, the highest note on the song.
Dirk.
Durkee T.
Now, the project.
Tracks directly referenced his beef with rivals like FBG Duck, fueling online controversies and, authorities feared, real-world retaliation. His violent past had become his greatest artistic asset and his most significant personal liability. The streets that made him were also closing in. In February 2019, his rising fame was interrupted by another serious charge. Outside the Varsity restaurant in Atlanta, a man was shot and robbed. Investigators quickly focused on Von and Lil Durk's crew, citing surveillance video from the scene. They alleged that shots were fired from a distinctive camo-wrapped vehicle linked to the rappers. In May 2019, Von was arrested during a raid in Chicago and extradited to Georgia. Durk turned himself in shortly after. Both men faced a slate of serious felonies, including attempted murder and aggravated assault.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. Channel 2's anchor Lori Wilson is live near where the shooting happened, near the Varsity, and Lori, police say they have video evidence in this case.
Javita, APD says they used at least 5 cameras from local businesses, including this BP, as well as from the Varsity across the street in order to build their case against Lil Durk and his co-defendant. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these 2 individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Banks released a single, "Turn Myself In," the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all charges against Banks and Bennett, including criminal intent to murder as well as criminal gang activity. They'll be back in front of a judge in a month to ask for bond. Live downtown, Lori Wilson, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, Lori, of course, we will continue to watch what happens here. Dirk Banks spoke exclusively to Channel 2's investigative reporter Mark Winnie just before he turned himself in last month.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
You can watch Mark's interview with Lil Durk by clicking on the story on our homepage on our website, WSBTV.com.
They appeared together in court, and the images of the 2 drill stars in custody became iconic symbols of their intertwined careers and legal troubles. After initially being denied bond, both were eventually released on strict conditions pending trial. The case lingered for years. Then, Following King Von's death, the charges against Lil Durk were quietly dropped in October 2022. The district attorney's office stated that without the testimony of the now-deceased Davin Bennett, they could no longer prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. On the night of November 6, 2020, King Von was in Atlanta to celebrate the release of his debut studio album, Welcome to OBlock. Also present at the Monaco Hookah Lounge was the crew of Quando Rondo, a rapper signed to NBA YoungBoy's label, a known rival of Lil Durk's OTF. In the early morning hours, security footage captured the moment Von's group encountered Rondo's in the parking lot. The video shows Von approaching Rondo and striking the first punch. A chaotic, violent brawl immediately erupts between the two entourages. Just seconds later, the fight is punctuated by gunfire. A member of Rondo's crew, Timothy Lul Tim Leaks, is seen on camera drawing a weapon and firing. Von is hit multiple times and collapses. Two off-duty police officers working security intervene, exchanging fire with Leaks as chaos spreads through the parking lot. King Von is rushed to a nearby hospital by his friends, but his injuries are too severe. He does not survive. To understand the controversy surrounding King Von, we first need to look at the clinical definition of a serial killer. The FBI defines it as someone who unlawfully kills two or more people in separate events, with a distinct cooling-off period between murders. This separation in time and location is what distinguishes it from mass murder, which occurs at a single scene. Another critical element is the motive, a deep psychological gratification. The killings aren't just instrumental, they are driven by a need for thrill, attention, or a sense of power over others. The case for applying this label to Von is built on a mountain of circumstantial evidence. Public documents and extensive police leaks connect him to multiple killings spanning several years. He seemed to confirm these suspicions himself, boasting in lyrics and social media posts where he often appeared to mock his alleged victims, a behavior that aligns with the need for psychological gratification. But legally, the narrative is entirely different. He was acquitted in his only murder trial and was never convicted of a single homicide. So the label rests on a foundation of allegations, patterns, and his own self-documentation, not a legal verdict. In the eyes of the law, he was not a murderer. This is the core of the debate. Whether he fits the clinical definition remains a contentious topic, argued in comment sections and documentaries rather than courtrooms. Beyond definitions, his story is deeply rooted in the systemic issues of poverty, failing institutions, and the normalized violence of his environment. OBlock shaped him, providing the brutal source material for his art. In turn, he helped shape OBlock's fearsome myth for a global audience. He was an undeniably gifted storyteller. His raw authenticity and vivid narratives of street warfare resonated with millions, amplifying his reach far beyond Chicago. But that same authenticity is what blurred the lines between art and alleged crimes, leaving listeners to wonder where the performance ended and reality began. His life underscores a tragic reality. For many young people in similar environments, the gun or the mic seem like the only viable paths out. To break the cycle, communities need more options. Accusations that he used his fame and fortune to fund ongoing violence back home only deepen the moral questions surrounding his legacy. The entertainment industry rewarded his myth as much as his music, creating a feedback loop where notoriety fueled fame and fame fueled further notoriety. To his loyal fans, he remains a voice of raw, unfiltered truth, a modern-day griot who chronicled a life they understood. To the families of his alleged victims, his name evokes a trail of unending grief and a justice system they feel failed them. Both of these truths can exist at once in a life where art and violence were inextricably intertwined. He built a celebrated career on telling the stories of street life, and then, in a final, tragic irony, he died in one. While many questions about his actions may never be answered in a court of law, the public record remains deeply troubling. His rise and fall are not just the story of one man. They reflect the broader, systemic realities that the city of Chicago still faces today. Real answers require sustained investment in opportunity, resources, and community trust. long before another legend is born from tragedy. King Von was both a brilliant artist and a feared figure. To truly understand his story and its impact means holding both of these complex truths at once. The purpose of this examination is not to glorify him, but to understand the forces that made him and what he, in turn, made of it all.